welcome to beautiful Vomo Island in Fiji. Having a morning practice here, focusing mostly on legs today and some forward folds. So let's begin. Started in child's pose. Big toes touching, if that feels good, wide knees, palms on top of each other, or if you want to have your arms reach out, you can do that too. Starting to breathing in and out through your nose. Connecting with your breath. Notice where you feel your breath mostly. Is it in the chest, maybe belly? Maybe feeling that slight pressure around your third eye, in between your eyebrows. Feeling the earth beneath you, grounding yourself here. Before we start moving, just pay attention to how you feel physically. Maybe you feel light, heavy, maybe you have some ache and pain somewhere. And just notice how you feel mentally too, without making it into a big story. Just honor whatever it is you're feeling before you practice. And remind yourself why you are here today. And start moving your arms forward if they're not forward already, spreading your fingers, shoulders away from your ears, forehead may touch the floor. Walking your hands over to the right side. You can even have your left hand on top of the right if that feels good. Stretching left side body. Still sinking your hips down. And then moving your arms over to the opposite side, this time right hand on top of the left. And come back to the middle and up to all fours. Spreading your fingers, shoulders over your wrists. You can center your left leg, extend your right leg behind you. So square your hips here to the floor, engage your core. Maybe left arm forward, so you're balancing. If it's too much, you can always take the left hand down. Inhale, extend, and exhale, round your back, and that back knee comes forward, touching the left elbow maybe, and then extend. So inhale, extend, and exhale, round, engage your core. Helps here. If it's too much, place your left hand on the floor. Breathing, extend, pause, bending your right knee, and take that left hand back on the inside of the ankle. And from here, do a little stretch, right shin bone to the back, maybe looking over your left shoulder. And I have an amazing view to look over today. Don't forget to breathe. And slowly hand and knee on the floor. And let's switch. Center the right knee, left leg behind you. Take your time. Maybe right arm forward this time. Engaging your core, squaring your hips. Let's start some movements again. Exhaling, crunching. Inhaling, extend. Move with your own breath. We'll do one more. Extend and pause. Bend the left knee and grab your right hand inside left ankle, looking down if you feel wobbly, and looking over to the right side, over your shoulder. And slowly come down. Child pose one more time, hips down. On an inhale, send your torso forward. Knees are still on the floor. Lead with your heart. Back again. Last time. And pause here. Shoulder blades together. Maybe even take your knees off the floor so tops of the feet are pressing into the floor here. Looking over your left shoulder, your right shoulder, forward. And really engage your core. Come over to down dog here. Pedaling your feet out, one heel into the floor and the other knee bent. Still warming up. And pause in stillness. Find your variation of down dog, forming that inverted V. For some of you, that means heels off the floor and knees are bent. Inward rotation on your thighs. Feeling strong here. On the next inhale, come to plank. Doing first chaturanga push-up, so you can always place the knees on the floor if you want. Take your shoulders a little bit in front of your wrists, bending your elbows back, hugging your rib cage here. And come to up dog. Press to down dog. Few breaths. Let's do that one more time. Plank, chaturanga, up dog, to down dog. Up on your toes, bend your knees, walk, step or jump to the front. Once you're there, fold in half, bending both knees. Head is relaxed, heavy. Inhale halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Torso parallel to the floor, hands can be on the chin bones. Exhale, fold. Let's do that one more time, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Bend both knees and slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head last. Reaching arms overhead. Exhale, bend your knees, come down all one more time. Starting to feel warmer, halfway up, Ardha. Exhale, fold. And this time maybe with straight legs if it feels good. Coming all the way up, hands in front of your heart center. How are you feeling? Let's continue. Reaching up, exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Halfway up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. You can step or jump. Coming into chaturanga, so we're doing the vinyasa here. Up dog, lead with your heart again. Exhale, down dog. Few breaths here. If it's too much, you can always come to child pose and rest. Up on your toes, bend your knees, step or jump to the front. One more time, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Reaching all the way up. Hands in front of your heart center. I said we're doing some leg work today. So let's get started. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit down in chair. First time in chair. So find your posture here. Weight towards the heels. You should even be able to see your toes, even wiggle them maybe. Engage your core, long spine. Reaching your arms up. Few breaths. Exhale, arms behind you, torso on your thighs. Inhale, up again. Down and back. This time, see if you can balance on your left leg. Right knee comes up. And down, both feet, arms behind you. And let's take the left foot up. And down in chair, arms behind you. Stand on the left leg again. So you can always keep the big toe on the leg you're lifting on the floor if this feels better. I'll show you. Like this. You find your way of the pose. And pause again. Sinking deep with your hips. reaching high with your arms. Fold in half, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway up, exhale, fold, and Vinyasa. Option is to skip Vinyasa, of course, and go to down dog. Up on your toes, bend your knees, step or jump forward, and come to plank again. Fold in half. And reach all the way up. Hands in front of your heart center. I'm getting warm, it's very humid here. Inhale, reach up, exhale. Come to chair, reach up with your arms again. Exhale, arms behind you. Inhale, arms forward and up. Balance on the left leg. Sit down in chair, arms behind you. Balance. Standing on the right leg. Back again. Reach your arms up. And fold in half, Uttanasana. Relaxing your head. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, step or jump, Vinyasa. Down dog. Take your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Hips are square to the floor. Notice where you feel any pull, left calf muscle maybe somewhere else. Bending your right knee and step your right foot inside your right hand. Rotate that left foot out. So the left heel is on the floor, hips are squared. I always place my hands on the hips to make sure that happens. And then reach up if that feels good. Warrior one. So front knee is bent. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot back. Maybe three-legged chaturanga this time. And we meet in down dog. Same thing on the other side. So inhale, left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Breathe the whole time. Bend the left knee, left foot inside your left hand. And rotate right foot back, hips square to the front. Reaching up, warrior one. Can you go deeper with that front knee? Just explore what works for you. Hands to the floor, left leg back. Option three-legged chaturanga to up dog, to down dog. A few breaths here. Rotating those inner thighs again. One more inhale and exhale. Up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, fold, bend your knees, chair. Sit deep. Fold in half and come all the way up. Hands in front of your heart center. Adding on to what we just did. Inhale, reach up. Sit down in your chair. Reach your arms up again. Remember, weight towards your heels. Lean forward, arms back. Inhale, stand up on the left leg. Right knee bent. Sitting down in chair, arms back. Balancing on your right leg. And sit down again, arms behind you. Reaching up in chair, fold in half, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Bend your knees, step or jump, Vinyasa. Down dog. As we did before, right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee. Set up warrior one. This time arms out. Take your left arm under the right, coming to eagle arms. Or you can just hug yourself if you can, if this doesn't feel comfortable. Do a little back bend here maybe. And then exhale, humble warrior. Right shoulder on the right knee or on the inside of that knee. Head is relaxed. Are you starting to feel heavy in that front leg, hip flexor? And all the way up, opening up to warrior two. So you're opening up to the left side here. Front knee still bent, shoulders over your hips. See how deep you want to go with that front knee. And reverse warrior, opening side body, right side body. And windmill your hands, coming to plank or three-legged plank with your right foot off the floor. And Vinyasa. Down dog. Taking your left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhaling, left foot steps forward inside your left hand. Rotate hips forward, warrior one. Arms out to the side, eagle arms. This time right arm under the left. And a little back bend here before you come forward, humble warrior. Jaw is relaxed, neck is relaxed. And come all the way up. Untangle your arm, opening to the right side. Warrior two. So in the screen, it will look the opposite today. Keeping that front knee bent and opening up to reverse warrior. On the next exhale, cartwheel your hands. Plank or three-legged plank, chaturanga. Up dog. Feeling that chest lead, shoulder blades together. Use your core, down dog. One more inhale and exhale here. Up on your toes, bend your knees and look forward. Step jump to the front, halfway up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees and come to that chair again. And stand all the way up and hands in front of your heart center. How do you feel? Maybe shake it out. Sitting down in the chair again. Hands in front of you, heart center. I'll show this from the front here. Doing a twist here. See if you can take that left upper arm on the outside of the left leg. Palms press together, sit down. And see your knees. It's very easy that one knee comes in front of the other one here. Are your legs shaking yet? You can stay here or maybe take your left foot off the floor if you want to play with the balance here. Having your knees together or extend that right leg. Fold in half. Inhale all the way up. Hands in front of your heart center, one side left. Sit down in the chair. This time, twisting to the left side. You can stay here if you want to play like you did in the other side. Taking this time your right foot off the floor maybe, or extend it back. I'm just going to stay here with both feet on the floor. And slowly fold in half, separate your feet so they're about hip width or wider. You can bend your knees. Grabbing a hold of opposite elbows. Shaking your head, yes, no, maybe. Release any tension around your shoulders, your neck, your back. From here, see if you can grab a hold of your big toes with your index and middle fingers. Torso halfway up, and then exhale, fold in half. Hopefully feeling a good stretch in the back of your legs here. Maybe glutes even. One more inhale and exhale. Let go of your big toes, bend your knees and slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae again. Head last. Reach up, hands in front of your heart center. Almost done, coming down, doing some floor work too. Starting with squatting position today. So feet, See how wide you need them, hip width, wider, toes out to the sides, forward, whatever works for you, and then sit down. Elbows on the inside, pressing out, knees pressing out, in. So long spine here. If your heels are not on the floor and it feels okay, you can stay here anyway. You can even come up here, or you can sit on a block or a bolster and notice how it feels around your groin area, hip flexors. Even if this is challenging, see if you can find some stillness and peace in the pose. Not always easy. How are you feeling? Maybe checking in with yourself, remind you why you're here today. And slowly coming out. Let's do child pose just to get centered. Grounding yourself one more time. Forehead can be on the floor, arms forward or back if you prefer, behind you. Maybe rolling on your forehead from side to side, if that feels good for you. And slowly come up. Simple cat-cow, so shoulders over your wrists. If you have a wrist problem or if it's too much pressure, you can always take your arms forward or come down on your forearms. Hips and knees aligned. Let's start. Inhale, belly to floor, look up, and exhale, draw that navel into the spine, around your spine, chin to chest. Moving in your own pace here. Adding in a jai breath, restricting the back of your throat, sounding like the ocean. Calming, soothing breath. Closing your eyes if it feels okay. Last cat-cow. And sitting down. Flesh out of your sitting bones maybe. From here, extend your legs, flex your feet. If your hamstrings are really tight, you can always bend your knees, maybe placing a blanket underneath or either. Separate your feet a little, play around, and again, always explore each pose, see what works for you. Inhaling, reaching up, and exhaling forward with a straight spine to start with. Just stay here for a few breaths, see how this feels. Option is to stay with a straight spine, especially if you have some disc issues. Otherwise, chin to chest, round your spine, and relax your head. Feeling the difference here. If you come further down, maybe you feel it more in the IT band, glutes, or maybe you feel it somewhere else. Hip flexor compression. Jaw, facial muscles, neck relaxed. I know it doesn't matter how far down you get. You do you. And slowly roll up and lay down on your back. Knees into chest, hug them in. Stillness, or maybe moving from side to side here. To contrast that forward bend, coming into bridge pose variation today. So feet on the floor, about hip width apart. Some of you may have to have them wider. Some of you, again, may have your feet more out to the sides here. So heels in towards your chest, towards your glutes, I mean. Arms alongside you. Inhale, press your feet into the floor and hips to the ceiling or sky in my case. And have that imaginary beach ball in between your knees. So you're thinking inwards here. Interlace your fingers if you want and walk your shoulder blades together, pressing those heels away from you. If you prefer to have your arms and hands on the floor, you can do that too. Make sure you have some space in between your chest and your chin. And slowly let go of the fingers. Sacrum on the floor one more time. Stillness for a few breaths. Notice what's going on in your body, any tingling sensation, warmth, anything else. And gently take your feet off the floor, grab a hold of your knees and draw circles, giving sacrum some massage. Circles opposite direction. And give yourself a hug again. We are ready for final relaxation. Extend your legs, relaxing your feet, your legs, your arms, the whole body. If you want, you can always place a bolster underneath knees. Can feel good for some people. Even cover yourself with a blanket. Allow yourself to relax here. Normal breathing in and out through your nose. Toes, soles of the feet, top of the feet, ankles, all relaxed. Shin bones, knees, quads are relaxing. Calves, hamstrings, I should say. Your glute, your lower back, upper back are relaxed. Belly, chest soften. Fingers, hands, wrists are relaxed. Forearms, upper arms, shoulders, completely relaxed. Neck, jaw, facial muscles, crown of the head. Whole body is relaxed and safe. Make sure you stay here at least for a few minutes, and if you have longer time, stay longer. And when you're ready to come out, you can start moving your toes and fingers. Maybe stretching your arms over your head, pointing your toes, become really tall. Turning to the right side. Take a few breaths there. And with your eyes still closed, if it's comfortable, slowly find a seated, relaxed position. Take a deep inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you, any tension, any stress. Let's do that one more time. Take a moment to thank yourself why you're here today. Remind you. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Hope to see you soon again. Namaste. Don't forget to share the love by subscribing to my channel and contribute with a comment too.